Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Monday, the 18th of November. All right, now we're just kicking off the Asian session to start the week. And I'm sorry to say it, but if you look at the analysis on the MyFX Trading Hub, you'll see basically everything's gone back into a neutral, sideways moving markets. Now, you know what? Regardless if you're a fan of Trump or not, you've got to hold this guy to some sort of level of responsibility. I mean, the impeachment process looks like it's going to gather speed. Now, there was intimidation. There was one of the witnesses, whilst she was giving testimony, that Trump was sitting there tweeting like abusive stuff towards her. So there's a big call for intimidation. If that was done in a normal court, the person would be locked up. So, but that's by the by. But that's sort of, you know, confusing the market. What the hell's going on there? The US-China trade talks, there's absolutely no way they're going to do a deal, or Trump's going to do a deal. With all this pressure from the impeachment, he needs a sideshow to distract, I don't know who these days, but basically he needs something to sort of deflect the domestic issues that he's got. I think that's going to be the one. So just keep an eye on that as we go through. And, you know, sterling, Brexit, right? This is just a continuation of what we've been seeing the last year, is the non-stop geopolitical influence that is really disrupting the normal, you know, flow of the markets, I guess you could call it. So what have we got today? We've got normal calm markets, but we've got zero momentum across the board. And it's because these three geopolitical issues are all sort of prevalent at the moment. Okay, there's a lot of stuff about Trump's impeachment, the China-US trade deal. One day looks good, one day looks bad. And Brexit, well, that's just bubbling away as well. So it's very confusing, very hard for the traders, you know, everywhere. If you look at the overall analysis, you'll see most of these currencies across all time frames have really diffused. We've got a few short-term levels around, but with no clear direction. To me, it's a real wait-and-see situation. A good time to start planning your trading week. If you have a look at the upcoming FX major events, we don't have anything really across the board today. What you're looking at is starting trading on Tuesday with the RBA minutes, some Canadian data. Really, the CPI always a big focus, as is the FOMC minutes will also be scrutinised, as will the ECB meeting accounts. There are a couple of things that we need to keep be aware of that's coming out. But when you look at the data, right, there's a lot of Euro US stuff. That means Euro is going to be in play. Right. So as we go through the week, we'll be focusing very closely on Euro, because that's where the pulse is going to be. Come Friday, we'll have Canadian retail sales figures to have a little look at what's happening behind the scenes in the Canadian dollar. But all in all, right now, I'm expecting a pretty quiet start to the week, except one thing we're looking for is those Trump impeachment proceedings to sort of go to the next level. And that's what everyone's expecting. And that's where the dollar has really sort of taken a back foot. The Aussie, a lot of these currencies are drifting back into the range or sideways. You can see the Aussie just trading sideways through that short-term resistance line. Kiwi, the same. Dollar yen back into the range and just trading sideways. Euro had that nice little short-term downtrend. Now it's just popped back up into the range. It's not going up by any stretch or down at this point. And Brexit, well, you're just getting this crazy sideways action. Brexit, I mean, if there's a positive vibe coming out of Brexit, well, then we could see it pop up towards 132. There's a bit of this 129.40 level is a daily trend line as well. So probably some short stops above there for those who are having a run at sterling. And dollar CAD, sort of like Euro, a short-term uptrend, now drifting sideways through that. We have seen oil pop up to $57. So maybe that puts a little bit more pressure on the downside in dollar CAD. But all in all, as I said, the major levels are really have been diffused at the moment, and that's nothing that we can do to change that, right? So to me, it's a wait and see, wait for the better opportunities to pop up, and that's how we start the week. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll catch you later on. Cheerio.